Was I a video game fan growing up? Yes, I was. My favorite games were probably Pong, Son of Pong, Cousin of Pong, Stepbrother of Pong, which was a weird game because the stepbrother of Pong would come over and beat Pong up, beat the crap out of him, and then blame it on somebody else. There's also Adopted Son of Pong, which was kind of like a sad game because in the end Pong would run away and then he'd become addicted to drugs and probably die by his own hand. But yeah, I was a huge fan of video games when I was a kid. I also liked Castlevania. It was probably my favorite game. I wasn't that little when it came out, but I liked it because I think I liked vampires a lot, and I think up until about the time I was 15, I thought I might have been a vampire. The concept from Code Monkeys came from my mind. I wanted to think of a way to make a video game show that I could do daily and have it be an excuse for playing video games all the time. So that way, when people said I wasted my life playing video games and watching television, I could say, no, you're wrong. Guess what? I'm doing Code Monkeys. And then when I play video games, I can be like, it's research, dude. I gotta play these games all day long. I can't really work. This is my job. So that was my goal. I've achieved it, and now there's nothing left for me, really. I mean, I can't do anything else. Anything else is going to seem like lame, Work at Taco Bell? No, thank you. I can't do it. Well, I could probably work at Taco Bell because I do like nachos. That would actually be a good job for me. So, yeah, I guess Taco Bell or Code Monkeys, that's all. Those are the only two choices I have left, which is fine with me. I said the series in the 80s because I really liked the 80s. The 80s, as far as I know, are in the past, and that kind of interested me. I loved 80s television, shows like Double Trouble, fantastic. Facts of Life taught me a lot of things about the facts of life. So it's sort of my tribute to the 80s. I love the video games from the 80s. I think they're some of the best video games that were ever made, quite honestly. I know a lot of people like the 3D video games and Halo, and they're awesome, but there's something really nice about just a guy who can jump over mushrooms. Just hops over mushrooms. And I like the idea of how creative those games were. I couldn't even imagine pitching those games to people like, check this out. He's an Italian plumber. He hops over mushrooms. Why does he do that? Because there's a princess that he needs to save. What else does he do? He can hit bricks and then he makes fireballs out of the bricks. And that's it. You want to buy it? Yes or no? I mean, that's a genius game-wise. Zelda, genius. Little elf goes around looking for stuff. Fantastic. Kid Icarus, genius. Just a rip-off of Zelda, but still genius. So that's why I like those games. That's why I wanted to set it in the 80s. And also, we didn't have the technology to do 3D stuff because Pixar does that stuff, and that's impossible to do. And by doing Code Monkeys, it's really easy and cheap. You guys could probably do it at your house, I'm sure. Put it on YouTube. I'd love to see it. Make my job easier, please. Just do it. Send me stuff. I don't care. I'll put it on the air. I wanted it to look like a video game. I didn't want it to be anything but 8-bit. We never had any conversations that it was going to be anything else but that. It was really important to make it look like a video game for people that are fans of video games. That's who this show is for. But also, for people who've never seen a video game, it has to be really interesting. So we did a lot of stuff with the 8-bit format. I also like it as a way to design things. It's really great and challenging to design in that way. I'm a huge fan of pixel art. It's fantastic. So having a show every week that is pixel art, it's a huge challenge for the designers and me. So it seemed like the most fun thing to do. And like I said before, we couldn't afford 3D. There's no way. I don't even know how that stuff works, so forget it. That's not happening. You're lucky the show's animated every week like it is. It barely gets made. Yeah, Code Monkeys was a tough sell to G4 because at first, they're a video game network, and I was like, I got a show. It's about video game programmers in the 80s, and they were like, how does this fit on our network? I was like, well, your network's video games, right? They're like, we don't see it, dude. So I had to show them my vision. I'm kidding, of course. No, the real answer is that it was one of these things where I wanted it to go on G4. I wanted to go on a network that people would appreciate the video game aspect of it, or I was just going to do it myself and throw it on the internet and see what happened. So what happened was I made about a 7-minute animated short about Dave and Jerry and about Gameavision, the company, and I showed it to G4. So when G4 actually saw it for the first time, they saw, close to like a 15-minute cartoon. It was like 7-8 minutes of a story and the characters and everything. So I think it was really easy for them to see how the show would fit on their network and what the show would be like, which is important. Everybody that has a computer now and a camera, can make television, which is great. So I was like, I'm just going to do this and show it to G4, and if they like it, great. And if not, I'm going to put it on the internet. I'm still going to produce it myself. And luckily, they liked it. So it found a home at G4, which I was really happy about. Rather than some of the other networks, I think that people wouldn't appreciate it as much, because I really want it to be for the video game fan, for people that play video games, for people that don't leave their house, play World of Warcraft, eat nachos like I do, and just sit there day after day. Doorbell rings, not interested in who it is, just day after day playing video games. That's who this show's for. And now I think what you should do is not play video games, just watch the show day after day, TiVo it again and again, write in how much you love the show, send it an email, send packages to G4, so the show will live forever, so I don't have to get a real job. It takes a while to produce each episode because there's different stages. So what happens is basically we take an episode and we write it, and then I draw it out on napkins, and all the napkins are numbered. Then what we do is we hire midgets and we suit them up and we put them in motion capture suits. We do that, they dance around, they act out all the parts, and we take all the motion capture from the midgets and we give it to the animators who render it in 3D modeling with lasers and stuff. Then we take that and we make what's called our animatic, which is basically how the show is going to be before it's animated. So we take the animatic and we kind of pare it down, and then we just throw the 8-bit stuff on top of it, and then we animate it, and then we just put it on a VCR tape, like a VHS tape, and send it to G4, and then they edit it, and put it together, put it on the air. That's it. That's how the show's made. I'm not lying. Sure. The characters, the main character that the show centers around is Dave, who is my character. Dave is sort of like the best programmer at Gameavision, yet he's also the one who screws up the most, possibly because he knows the best. He's kind of, I hate the word slacker because that's not him. He's just a dude who knows how talented he is and doesn't really want to put in all the effort. He has a lot of other projects, a lot of irons in the fire, loves to get high, loves to drink, causes trouble. So in season 1, his boss is Steve Wozniak, and he's totally cool with that. So when the Larry takes over, there's conflict, which is what all good drama and comedy is based off of conflict, for those of you who are writers. That's key. And he doesn't want to, Larry's like his worst nightmare, and he's not going to change because Dave's a jerk, and that's kind of what the show starts off with in the first season. Larry is a guy who is a Texas businessman who made a lot of money in women's coats and novelty items, and bought Gameavision. Doesn't really know what video games are, doesn't really care. He has a son, Dean, who's a moron, who can count to about 5 or 6 sometimes, and he kind of puts him in charge of development. And then there's Jerry, Dave's best friend in the world, who has an anxiety problem, who wants to do the right thing. And he's like the guy in the office is like always friends with the wrong dude. If Jerry has such anxiety problems, he shouldn't be friends with Dave. But they've been best friends for such a long time. They love each other. Jerry will do anything for Dave, and Dave just doesn't care. Dave's just, a jerk most of the time. Then we have Todd, played by my friend Dana Snyder of Aqua Teen Hunger Force fame. That's right, only the best for people who watch Code Monkeys. Master Shake is on my show. Dana's great. Dana plays Todd. He loves nachos. He loves his mother. He loves his mother a little too much, possibly. He has problems with authority. And the great thing about Todd is centered on these medieval quest games. He thinks that these will be the future of gaming, and he's of course right, but nobody wants to listen to him. And he's a great character because he's constantly doing things like losing his mind and driving his car into the side of Game-O-Vision. He's the guy at work that if you told him a couple of wrong things, he would pop and he would come in with a gun the next day and probably kill all of you. But sweet guy at heart. Then there's Mary, the lady programmer, who gets no respect, enough said. There's Claire, the receptionist, and then Black Steve, who's awesome. Black Steve is the accountant. He likes working at Game-O-Vision up to the point, like Dave, Black Steve hates Jerry. I think you saw in Season 1 a little bit of hatred, but I think the real key in Season 1 is when Black Steve asks if Jerry has money for bus fare, and Jerry says, no, I don't, and Jerry's wallet's actually just sitting on the desk, and Black Steve, of course, says, fuck you, Jerry, and from then on, it's downhill, and you'll see that, in Season 2. They're just not going to get along. Benny is our Korean kid. He is a video game tester. He is an expert video game tester. All games have to go through him, and then they get put on the market. And he has actually... Larry actually bought him under mysterious circumstances. You don't know what quite went on there. But Benny is addicted to cigarettes and sugar. Cigarettes keep him small, stunt his growth, and sugar is, keeps him up all night playing video games for testing. And I think that's main cast. Oh, Dean. Sup? You know what Dean is. Dean is Larity's son, and he says, sup a lot, what's up? That's pretty much Dean. He's a pretty simple character to understand. He's the guy at work who tells you a horrible, offensive joke or makes fun of women right in front of the presidents but doesn't really know why that's bad. He's a dreamboat. He's fantastic. It's very, very simple. A lot of people are fans of mine, and I'll ask them just personal favors. Watch. I'll give you a little taste of it. Hello? Hey, how's it going? Good. Hey, it's Adam calling for Tom Selleck. He's not there? Oh, okay. Oh, will you have him call me back? He won't call me back? Okay. You want me to stop? Oh, well, I'm not going to stop calling until he calls me back. How's that? You're just his assistant. I don't think you have... okay. All right. Well, you know what? Call the cops. That's fine with me, because this line's untraceable. You're tracing it now? All right, I got to go. The way I get guest stars to appear on the show is quite easy. I call them, and I use my my tremendous influence with them. And I'll show you how I do it right now. Hello? Yeah, is Matthew McConaughey there? Hey, dude, what's up? You answer your own phones? That's weird. How's it going? You sound ripped, man. Oh, you are? Hey, you want to do Code Monkeys? I know, you're messed up. Just say yes right now and agree to it verbally, and you'll be fine. Yes? Okay, because that's a verbal contract. You have to show up. All right, dude. Who else is there? Come on, dude. I hear somebody in the background. Well, pass it over. Just let me talk to them, dude. Hello? Who is this? Affleck. What's up, dude? How's it going? Hey. Yeah, I know. McConaughey's. Yeah, he's ripped. Yeah, he's out of it, man. Hey, you know what you should do? Take all his money. That's what I do when my friends get hammered. Just take their money. Hey, I need to ask you... Yeah, go ahead. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Well, I told you not to do that movie. No, Armageddon 2 will be lame. No. It won't be good without you, but it'll be lame with you. Anyway, listen, I'm tired of your problems. I need you to be on Code Monkeys. Will you please do it for me? Yes? What day? Tuesday? No, I can't do it Tuesday. No. Wednesday? I'm busy. Can you do it like Thursday? Alright. No, you gotta pay for your own travel. You know how that works. I don't have money to do that. Just show up, dude. You love this show. You don't like the show? Oh. Well, just come anyway. Alright. Alright. Yeah, don't let him get in the pool because he'll drown. Yeah. Make sure. Yeah, okay. Alright, bye. Just easy as that. Those are real people. That wasn't a lie. So, the series, we did a sort of viral marketing campaign, which doesn't mean anything. It basically means that I wanted to give stuff away free on the net for the fans, and G4 is awesome, and they agreed to do that. So we made shorts that we could put on YouTube, to kind of show people what the show was about. And we also did fake commercials for Gameavision as the company, which was, a lot of fun. And we just wanted to put stuff on the net because, listen, people are going to steal stuff anyway. This DVD will eventually be stolen and put on the net. I know that. So, put it on the net? How does that mean? This DVD will eventually be stolen and put on the net, so why not give it to you guys beforehand? That was my theory, and G4 sort of agreed with that up to a point. I mean, here's the thing. You're going to rob my house. You're going to break in, mess up my door. Why don't I just put the stuff outside for you to take? And that is my theory about the web and everything in general. The fans of the show, the fans of Code Monkeys, are possibly the greatest fans in the world, except for fans of X-Files, another show I love. The fans are great. They've been really supportive. They put stuff on YouTube. They make websites for us. They do all the work for us. The only thing I'm waiting for is the fans to start making cartoons and just sending them to me, and I'll just air them, because then I don't have to do any work. But, I mean, the fans are great, and, that's why we put out a DVD. That's why we're doing, trying to do the best work on the second season, because we just want everybody to love the show, and we put a lot of effort into the show. I don't make any money on the show. They just, feed me, and that's about it. So, we want to give the fans as much as we can. We want to make dolls. We want to make keychains. We want to just sell out just so the fans can have everything they want. I think the other thing about the fans is that they are tech savvy, which is great. There's this guy named Black Thunder. You know what I'm talking about, dude. Day one, he already hooked us up on the net. He made a web page for us. He, had characters. So we want to give as much to the fans as we can. So, on our website, we always have video games you can forward to people, icons, everything we can for the fans. And, I like going to places like Comic-Con. I love meeting fans. So if you're a fan of Code Monkeys, please come up to me and say hi. Unless you're going to stab me, then I'm not interested. That's the best place to go. There's only one place to go if you want to see that kind of stuff. And it's a great place to go, too, if you're a Code Monkeys fan, because I'm there every year, and I really like talking to the fans. We had 500, 600 people come out for our very first talk at Comic-Con, and it was awesome. And this year, when this comes out, it'll already be out, I'll be there again. And it's just a great way to thank you guys for watching the show, show you some, clips and secret stuff that won't air yet or haven't aired, and to, talk to you and hear what you have to say about the show. Good or bad. I ignore all the bad stuff. I just listen to all the good stuff because I can do that. But it's the best way to, talk to people. And Comic-Con's the greatest event for people that are fans of animation, of comics, of, things that are cool. It's like Awesome Avenue. That's all. Comic-Con, that week, it becomes Awesome Avenue USA. So, yeah, it's great. We go every year.